we're here to do a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine mutual energy check. Thank you for joining us and welcome if you're new or returning. If you could, please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. If these messages are helping you, interacting with the page does help others get exposure to the video just with the YouTube algorithm. So thank you in advance for liking, comment, sharing, and subscribing. We're going to go ahead and get started today with some oracle cards for the counterparts. It was a message. I will address this oracle card in a second. Before I get started, it's a message on my heart. I do want to deliver. God will not turn his back on you. God will uplift you. God will walk with you. Just keep your faith. Walk with him. Don't turn your back on him, and stay open to the things that he's trying to show you, teach you, and just wrap you up in his energy. And so just kind of keep your eyes open, because he's always there. He's always talking to you. He's always reaching out for you. So that was just one of those messages that I had on my heart today. So I'm glad I got that out. But to get started for the oracle card for masculine, we have card number 21, recognize despair as an opportunity. Within it, you will find the gift of awakening. So masculine may be in some sort of despair, some kind of dark time, feeling shut off, closed off, in some type of circumstantial situation, maybe spending time alone, maybe sitting in dark rooms and not really, interacting with others. There is a sense of support behind that. Him feeling in despair, and I feel like the feelings that are being felt by masculine, it is necessary to get him to an awakening, because I feel a sense of being pushed. It's necessary. It's necessary. All right. So for mutual energy, feel the power of your blood. Feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. You are not alone. I think that was one of my first messages to come through. Just as far as a message, if you just tuned in, that was what I said before I even started pulling. I think that's more being a little bit more connected. Feeling that you're surrounded. I think a lot of times, because we are physically alone or emotionally alone or mentally alone in certain aspects of our lives, we forget there's a whole spiritual sector that has our back. They're surrounded by us, and they're not too far off. They're like 2 inches off the back of your neck, and you may feel that you're alone physically, but again, you got to understand that the blood that's flowing through you came from someone. It's a combination of people and blood that was here on this earth way before you were even a creation. So just understand all of that makeup got you to where you are. And when you start to tap into that and you start to cultivate what they've been through, what they had to overcome, what they had to fight through, you feel that power, you feel that strength, that courage. And in some ways, some of those things that you may feel like you're having to fight through, they pale in comparison to what your ancestors had to go through. They're so minuscule and small. So take that as a challenge. Just take it as a challenge and understand that, one, you're not alone, and two, that power of those who came before you is still within you. It's running, it's coursing. It was a genetic makeup that made you you, and you have that same ingenuity and power in you. Let's get an oracle card for feminine. Whew. It's a lot running through me today. I think I feel a sense of it's something that I just need to get out. It's something that's wanting to just to flow, and it's kind of, I don't know if I'm picking up on both mutual energies or just the energy of masculine or the mutual energy. I don't know what it is. It's just I gotta get it out. That's the energy I'm feeling. Okay, so for feminine, we have 18, lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. So we may be spending a little bit more time in hermit mode. Again, darker energy, alone, cloaked figure. It's giving hermit energy here, but it's like, trying to find light in the darkness of the past. And I challenge women to live in the moment, live for the now. Talking to myself included, take the opportunity to come from and learn from the past. Don't live in it. Don't swim in it. Don't go back to visit. It's not a destination. It's a memory. And yes, they come up from time to time, but it's not something that you want to keep, rehashing or exhibiting, because what that does is take away from your present moment. What it does is take away from what you're trying to accomplish and taking away from what's right in front of you and possibly your future. So just kind of keep that in mind. Keep trudging forward. Come out of the reevaluation of the past and just move for the present moment. What's going on now? That's why it says a message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. So it's like, if you were living a little bit more in present, the messages that are trying to find you will find you. So kind of open your eyes, tune in, and tap in. Let's see what's going on. All right, masculine. Look at that. Look what wants to come out. It didn't come out all the way because I hadn't fully, trying to take control of what he wants, what he's taking action on, or beginning to take action on, or towards. I feel a sense of despair, a little, down. 5 of Cups energy, even a little bit of 3 of Swords here. Yeah. It's like you've established something toxic. Now you've been building with the devil. You've been collaborating with the devil. You've been trying to work with the devil. Been stuck and bound. Doing what you really kind of didn't want to do. So let's talk about it, masculine. Let's talk about it, masculine. How are we feeling today? How are we feeling today? There's that healing. There's that despair. It's that 3 of Swords. Now we're escalating to the 4 of Swords. Masculine may be in the healing phase. Rest and recuperation. Maybe even needing to take a mental break. Walking away from his emotions. Walking away from something that he feels like no longer serves him. That's too many. What else, masculine? Want to heal and maybe even nurture himself. I think taking care of oneself is going to help transform a situation for him. Sorry, and it goes back to the Oracle card saying within you'll find a gift of awakening, which I took it as enlightening, finding some type of lightness in the dark, kind of, or even just like a different perspective of how one thinks, how one feels, and the the shift in what the circumstances are being to this masculine. Again, transformation, a death and a rebirth, and a new cycle, reconciliation. Again, maybe even just wanting to heal things with this feminine, transform things so they can reconcile and start a new cycle, start anew. But then there's still heartbreak and pain underneath all of that he's going to have to take action and reciprocate on. And it's kind of like being responsible. I get the King of Wands having a sense of responsibility for their actions and being reciprocal, accepting equal blame in that situation, being a little bit more solid, dependable, more secure, more committed to healing a situation. Doing things behind the scenes, I get was a sense of a selfish risk. Definitely a selfish risk for things to go in his favor. I think that's more of responsibility that he's accepting, because I feel like there's, with this despair, living with the consequences energy. So you know what they say, when you dance with the devil, you may get tired, right? So be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Let's keep going, masculine. What else? That was a lot that came through just on these few cards alone. Let's see. What else, masculine? What else, masculine? What else? So we had full sideways, the Five of Swords sideways. Wanting to take a risk, not quite out of the ego. Don't want to cause any confusion or mind games or anything like that. Again, moving with integrity with the King of Wands in there, knowing when to move, knowing when not to, knowing what actions to take, understanding the consequences of the actions and the strength and power that comes with those actions taken, right? Those moves that are made. I think even maybe taking a risk may confuse, may not be sure why he would be taking a risk. Feeling the Ten of Cups. Why is the Ten of Cups out here? Let's go. Wanting to plant a new seed, wanting a new beginning. Feeling or understanding what his Ten of Cups is, but not sure why he's wanting to take a risk. See, and then I feel like wanting to overcome, I get the word perseverance, just kind of battling through, being strong, being that stand up, one last fight, one last hurrah, because there is a sense of nostalgia, missing the good times, missing to what was. We had so there's a sense of choosing the path for sure, but it's like trying to figure out how to get the success, trying to figure out how to make things be successful, trying to figure out which way to go to success, because it's not quite clear. Now I get there's a wanting to take the leap of faith, to get that new beginning started, and actually go for that last hurrah, fight one last fight, but it's like, well, how do I go about doing it? Like, how do I go about making this a victorious one? Because if this is my last shot, I don't know what to do. So that goes in lies to despair, because I don't want to fail. I need to heal, take care of myself, nurture this situation with the Empress. I need to heal with my Empress. I want to take a leap of faith. I want to, but I'm not quite sure how to. This is racking my brain, trying to figure out how to do this, because this is my Ten of Cups. I do want a fresh start. I'm willing to overcome this and fight the last good fight, but I'm not quite sure how to get to success. I don't know which way to go to transform this. And that's where we go to the awakening, the Hierophant coming out, going back to that aha moment, tapping in for seeing things from a higher perspective. Things are going to start picking up, and you're going to be able to move on to calmer waters once you do a little bit more healing, once you do a little bit more of setting yourself free, because that despair is what's keeping you down, right? And you need to ascend with that Hierophant energy, that higher understanding, that higher perspective, that shift of what is keeping you low. And the more you get out of that, the more you rise. So good luck with that, masculine, and we'll clarify. But let's go to feminine. All right, feminine, how are we feeling today? Think you're more in observation, lost in the ruins of the past. Let's see. All right, feminine, for sure, independent, on your own, solid, stable, secure. On your own independent healing journey. So that may be a reflection on the past. With that moon card, I get a sense of deep introspection, deep diving into your emotions, deep, swimming in it, just swimming in it. I feel like you're also concealing your next move. Let's see. Yeah, I think you're setting yourself free. You're not engaging in the relationship. You're not wanting to. You're doing, again, hiding, concealing your next move, moving in silence, concealment, a lot of cloaked energy. This may be more in a vulnerable state, but it's not cloaked. It may be alone and in solitude, maybe naked and afraid energy, but this is cloaked and alone, like you're hidden, like you're completely hidden from certain aspects. You may be even trying to protect your energy at this time. You may be setting yourself free from the relationship. You may be wanting to do so. Being on your own healing journey. I heard healing journey. Again, protecting your energy. That's a lot. Why is a bunch? Let's just get a few more for feminine. A couple more. Moving in silence is justified. Keeps you balanced. Keeps things fair. For things to shift in a more positive manner, as well as get a new cycle started in self-love. I think there's a sense of, again, protecting your heart, because toxicity is still there, and it does need to be tempered out, which is why you're holding back your emotions and just kind of being a little bit more selfish in emotions. because I think you actually see things quite clearly as well, and choosing the path of transformation and enlightenment, seeing things from a higher understanding, because again, the communication isn't as clear. I think it's a form of communication that says something but says nothing. And it may even cause, again, that Five of Swords energy, Two of Swords, Three of Swords equaling the Five of Swords. The communication that may have been received was a form of communicative blockages, and to cover up the heartbreak, right? And you know it'll be a burden, so you reject it. You see things very clearly, and you're committed to closing things out. All right. But we'll see what's going on the inside, because I wonder why it's saying lost in the ruins of the past. Because it's like you're concealing your actions, because you may be thinking about what happened, maybe still trying to heal of what took place in the past. I think there may be a little bit of, I want to say, mind games, a little bit of ego here. Because we had the Two of Swords, Three of Swords, which is the Five of Swords. Mutually, we have the Ace of Cups. Let's see what else. King of Swords. Chariot. And Three of Pentacles. I feel like you both mutually want this new beginning. I feel like you both are one, trying to protect your emotions, trying to protect your heart, protect your feelings, right? Trying to come off as hard and cold and, this is a matter of fact. Like, open to communication, being fair, being very logical about it. Willing to move forward, to collaborate, work together. Again, even kind of having willpower, holding back from taking action, or having enough strength. Having enough courage to avoid fighting. Just, again, going all around to protect your energy while getting a new cycle started, trying to temper things out after things came crashing down. I think you both are kind of resisting change here, holding back while transformation takes place, making a judgment to have new beginnings, having the potential for growth available to you guys, but it's not quite coming out as open and free-flowing as it could be. We still have masculine confused on how to obtain success, feminine not really taking action towards the connection, being a little bit more independent on her own healing journey. I think there's an understanding that, the actions that were taken kind of led to things being abandoned, coming to a close, ending, coming to a walking away. Very clear about the rejection, trying to weigh things out, trying to figure out how to come out of that heartbreak and actually work on things so they can grow and become a more fruitful investment. But I still get the energy of, you guys wanting to do this. So it's like you're not alone in how you feel. You're not alone in what you're trying to accomplish. So I feel like both parties have ancestors in the fight power, the that drive, that determination to get something going. You just gotta kind of come out of that lack of maturity. There's a sense of conflict here, power struggles. Yeah, struggling to get things. I feel like I hear fighting temptation. With the Knight of Swords in reverse, I get a sense of not saying what you need to say. Not saying what needs to be said, not acting on what you want to say. You're not saying it, you're not acting on it. You're just giving the sense of cold demeanor, being immature. I think you guys are aware being immature is going to leave you guys out in the cold, and things need to be tempered and changed here. So let's get some clarifiers and see what we can pick up on. Feminine, I will say this: your silence is making masculine very nervous, giving him anxiety. So maybe dealing with the earth signs. What do we have out here? On the masculine side, we have Earth, maybe Aries, Aquarius, Taurus, Libra. I did say earth sign. Maybe a water sign. It's like healing because he felt betrayed and walked away. And I think that was coming from a sense of perception. Again, putting yourself in that situation, feeling betrayed, feeling heartbroken, feeling backstabbed, so he had to walk away. Maybe in a healing period, and maybe that despair kind of put him there on his own, because perception sometimes messes with us and causes us to do things we really don't mean to do. So, in essence, healing from having to walk away from a situation, as well as knowing that walking away caused the betrayal as well, and now wanting to invest, trying to manifest some nurturing and healing a situation, trying to, cultivate something to grow out of the situation, kind of trying to choose that path again. Two of Swords, path of reconciliation, wanting to be friendly, wanting to reconcile. Well, there it goes. It came right out. The Empress, clarified by the Three of Cups. The Empress is number 3. Wanting to reconcile, but again, not quite sure how. So it's just clarifying what I've already picked up on. Let's see what else with the Empress. Wanting to reconcile, have a new beginning. I feel like there's a lot of drive behind that. Again, wanting things to go well. Clarifying the Fool for the masculine. The Sun. Justice. Judgment. Ooh. Very, very clear and very decisive on that. I think there's no denying, but then there's a sense of also trying to resist temptation, anything that's going to keep him stuck and bound. I feel like his emotions are getting the best of him, and He's definitely wanting to take action because it's actually painful by what he's actually doing. Um, by the actions that he's actually already taking. So he's in pain by those actions. Which goes to the despair and him getting to that aha moment, the seeing things very clearly, as well as being a little bit more enlightened. You had to go through that pain in order for you to understand what you need to do and what actions you actually do need to take, instead of the ones that were immature that left things out in the cold. Clarify the Five of Swords, and that goes back to the ego. Hierophant. See, look at that. Wanting to give that cup of love, wanting to open up emotionally so he can give equally, wanting to one that goes back to the self-love thing, needing to heal, wanting to pour into oneself, take care of oneself in order to reciprocate emotions and give equally. You cannot give to others if you do not give to yourself, which is kind of a hammering message, I feel, for masculine that kind of keeps coming up. You have to temper things by becoming a little bit more wise and overcoming any challenges and obstacles with a simple change of perspective. I think we've gone over all of this. I kind of don't want to keep clarifying because it's just repeating everything that's already been said. Ten of Cups, feeling like it's hard trying to obtain a sense of happiness. It's hard trying to choose a path. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Let's just keep going. Ace of Pentacles for masculine. Ace of Pentacles, fresh start. Want to be more inconsistent, no more in and out. Wanting to be more consistent within the relationship. Having that energy of staying power. You know, the Knight of Wands in the upright is more player-like energy, in and out, inconsistent, quick to anger. All of that good stuff coming out of that, wanting to fresh start, wanting to put that down and actually have that mutual cup of love with the person that's not talking to him, wanting to be a lot more committed, but he's not actually talking about it either, saying that he actually misses you, and want things to be successful, wanting your attention and wanting to move forward, wanting to be more integral. And that he's actually heartbroken, wants to collaborate and have teamwork, right? Want to work as a team now. All right? Nine of Wands. Clarify Nine of Wands for the masculine. Again, have focus, purpose, forward movement, determination, knowing what actions to take, moving with integrity, showing up action oriented, confused, not sure if you want to be single or not sure if we can overcome this. Clarify the Six of Wands. It's like the strategy is to move slowly and methodically to achieve the Ten of Cups. Okay, masculine, you made yourself quite clear. Clarifying the Nine of Pentacles for feminine. Two of Swords want to come out sideways. Two of Swords and the Strength. You may be trying to block communication, maybe not as clear, maybe holding back your emotions, resisting, making a decision. I think you're still trying to heal. I think you're still trying to reach a certain level of emotional maturity. I think you're taking a risk in order to shift things as well. Because I think something about the clarity of working together kind of keeps you stuck in your head about past disappointments, being rejected, So I think some of that is what feminine may still be working on. Because if you were rejected, it does kind of throw you back in there. Somebody spins the block on you, kind of, or comes back around after leaving you, ghosting you, abandoning you, rejecting you, not being consistent, not not being communicative and stuff like that. So it may be one of those things where you're like, I'm not quite sure. I really have to think about this. It's like you're spinning all of this in your head, but you feel this. Your feelings are that, and you're also kind of confused on having, that new beginning and changing things into a fresh start, kind of having a clean slate. All right. Let's clarify the moon for feminine. Hiding your next move here. Yeah. It's like you want to get started. You're optimistic. You may be hiding the optimism behind it, but you're not sure if things can turn around. You don't know if things can shift from what they once were. So the King of Wands is interesting because I feel a sense of feminine. You may have been overindulging, being a little selfish. I think you want to come out of that through a healing phase, getting a new cycle started, starting a new beginning of kind of like not being so indulgent, kind of taking care a little bit more of yourself. Not really overdoing it, Think you may even be a little bit unhappy. But I think you're aware that they are a little bit more committed and showing up a little bit more stable, wanting success. But it's like you're rejecting the disappointment, being mentally stuck. You just want it shown because you're afraid of things being that way for the long term. Interesting. You don't want things to be as they were forever. Knight of Wands. Manifesting, setting yourself free. You're in the middle of bringing what you want. You're manifesting a change. So that goes back to what I said. It's like you're kind of recollecting on, what you've been through, what you're healing from, currently healing from. And you're trying to, again, bring things in new and differently than what they once were. You don't want a repeat of what you've been through. And that's going, kind of being lost in the past. We have to accept things as being over. The past isn't going to come back unless you kind of keep thinking about it, because you're going to keep manifesting it and it's going to end up how it always has. So instead, I challenge you, feminine, to actually look at the present moment and see it for what it is now. Get the information you need, collect all the information, understand, observe, and take action as necessary. But don't go based off of the past, because you miss your current. Two of Cups in reverse. You may be coming off as inconsistent, wishy-washy, not really invested in a relationship, but you actually want it to be successful, and you want to move on to calmer waters. You successfully want to move on. You want your Emperor to show up in this relationship. You want a relationship with the Emperor, and you are in the energy of actually saying that. You are just taking a risk and trying to overcome it, because I think there's been some introspection. Hermit card wanted to show up there on how things were going, how things have been in the past. Yeah, I think you're using your intuition and you've gotten clarity. So I don't think you need to dwell too much in the past. Yeah, you need to leave the past in the past. It doesn't need to be your current. 6 cups in reverse. Balance things out. Justice, giving an emperor instead of the devil. But you also may feel like your emperor is stuck here. Let's see. Yeah, stuck with a Queen of Swords and holding back, which is why there's a lot of confusion about what truly is the 10 of Cups here. You may feel like it's justified he's stuck. You may feel like things are fair and square at this time. What is the Temperance in reverse? You may be becoming impatient, may not be going with the flow. I think there's a sense of, yeah, because you're not sure of what is going on. And there's the Queen of Cups. You're heartbroken, kind of still stuck in past disappointments. It's like you're working with your Empress energy, doing things for yourself, by yourself, taking care of yourself, standing in your true feminine power, following your heart, your intuition. I think that may be following your heart and focusing on your finances, following your intuition, like knowing how you feel, and just focus on your finances at this point instead of a new beginning. You may be wanting to again throw up some walls. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups for a mutual. Oh no. Okay. I think you guys are both coming out of fear and anxiety though. But still protective of your hearts. Wanting that new beginning. And kind of being patient. Yeah. Waiting for your ships to come in. What's the King of Swords? Hermit came out sideways. Just again, seeking that insight, seeking that wisdom, going back to, your roots, thinking about your past, those that have come before you, your lineage, generational things that have taken place. I think you're making judgment calls. I get a sense of going backwards to looking at how your parents' relationships were, how your grandparents' relationships were, what you know about your history, your family's history and relationships. I think you both are mutually looking at that. I think you I think you both want to move forward, but the challenge is internally you're protecting your energy. You're both protecting your energy from working together, coming together, collaborating. You're blocking collaboration, I feel. But you're trying to overcome that, I feel. Because you definitely want to take a leap of faith or a risk towards something that you strongly desire. I feel like by taking action or communicating, opening up communication, waiting for a return on investment, watching, observing, getting downloads. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles came out twice here, so you both definitely have a sense of wanting to collaborate, work together. Yeah, but you both have that King of Swords energy kind of stopping that. Empress, taking a new adventure, wanting to nurture it. Or you both are kind of expecting growth out of this that you're not really talking about. Emperor and Empress came out here. Just an observation. Five of Pentacles. You both feel abandoned inside and out. Feeling left out in the cold. Feeling lack energy here. mutually. Five of Wands, clarified by the Two of Pentacles. Juggling energy, going back and forth, not sure, on the fence. Both want to get things started, wanting to take action, to apologize. It's like you guys are very timid when it comes to getting things started with this relationship, because I feel like you both have realized about the choices you made in this connection here that led to disappointments. Again, going back to retrospect and knowing what needs to be healed, especially that kind of broke your own heart here, and just doing a little bit more work here to lay the foundation. Let's get the Knight of Swords in reverse, excuse me. The Queen of Cups here. Let's get one more for the Queen of Cups. Following your heart, though. You're being led by your heart, your intuition. Your path has been chosen. Your heart's making you guys go after what you want. Let's see. We got a little bit more time. Let's get some romance angels and we'll close this out. All in all, it's a pretty good read. I have the Emperor and Empress out from on the masculine side. Internally, we have what do we have out here? We got Libra, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Taurus, Aries. On the feminine side, we have Capricorn, Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo, Sag again. Let's get some romance angels. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. And let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And which I think that's going by his natural instinct, which is to strategically go slow. I think he feels like having the Ten of Cups is kind of hard, a difficult feat. Which is why he surrendered and walked away. But by healing, he has wanted to return, starting to see that he kind of broke his own heart by doing so. And again, getting the understanding about giving love and reciprocating it. Let's get mutual energy. We got wedding. The situation involves marriage. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of love. And then we got you deserve love. You are lovable. So that goes back to you guys being very nervous and anxious. I don't want to say timid, tiptoeing around the relationship. Trying to nurture it in silence. You both feel abandoned. You both feel up in the cold, and you both are given this King of Swords demeanor internally and externally, not really opening up, which it's saying it's safe for you to love. So just kind of think about that. It says release your ex. It's time. The time has come to clear your energy, and that goes back to it's time to live in the present moment and live. Come out of the past. I'm thinking about what happened yesteryear. And it says getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other. Your bond deepens. You may be in the energy of wanting to move on to calmer waters with the situation, but then there's a sense of confusion because you may feel, one, this masculine has been very toxic and kept you stuck and bound, or maybe stuck elsewhere. Coming to this children, your love life is being affected by children, which means, again, him, masculine being stuck elsewhere. So or to other obligations, chain to other obligations. So just definitely be aware of that, but also keep a positive mindset, because your bond deepens when you get to know each other a little bit more. But that's pretty much all I have for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. See you guys later.